Hello, hi, it's Liz here, back today with the full deck challenge on a bit of a catch up. So we will whiz through 4 cards today, just do them really quite straightforward and quite quick, fingers crossed, that we don't glue the wrong side or put anything where it shouldn't be so that we can have to fix it. So these are the previous ones. We were up to number 31. So today we will do 32 to 35. We'll leave them over there because I've run out of room over there with some piles. So 32 is bird. I went through all my bird stamps. Well, I've got a little bundle of bird stamps. And I've chosen this one. This one is by Tracy Evans. It's called TE4. Doesn't have another name, but it's got 2 birds, some words, and a nice big floral. So I've chosen this bird here to stamp on a scrap piece of shorthand book page that I thought might be quite interesting. I'll just reach for my ruler and just get this down to size. Maybe just take a little bit off the side there. I always like to leave the number of the card showing. Just want to get that to size. And a little bit off the bottom. Just a tiny bit. And then we will tear, or will we just fold that down just so that we can see the number. I think we'll just take it off. Yes, that's better. Right, put these back in the scrap box over there. Okay, so we've got that, and I think we will stamp on top of that. So I haven't got my glue out, the little Lazy Susan thing with all the handy things. You know, I've got one of these burley trays. It's got my most used tools and glues and clips and all sorts of little bits and bobs just to hand on the desk. Okay, so we've got that and our stamp. And I think what I'm going to do is leave all the cards to the end and take them all to the sewing machine and stitch round the edges rather than do them stop and start one at a time. Oh, this just fits in no more. That's quite good. And then we'll maybe pick one of the words. I think we'll have with brave wings she flies. Why not? With brave wings she flies. Let's get another. Is that big enough? Nope. That one. Yeah. I wonder if we should add a little bit of colour to that. I think we will add some colour to that bird because it's not really standing out. Let's just take them off and sit them on the top. I've just got my pens just over here. Okay, let's look for the beige. So this is just the Zig Clean Colour Real brush. Yeah. And without adding any water, this is quite a pale brown, and it'll just... That's better. We won't bother with any shading, will we? Just looking for the light brown. Maybe just add a little bit, because I can't stop myself adding a little bit of shading. Just on the underneath. Oh dear, a little croaky there. Just blend that in. There we are. I wasn't expecting to colour in, but there we are. Just put the pens back. And let's see. A little bit of washi maybe. Just to finish it off a tiny wee bit. This has got a little bit of brown. Just to add a tiny bit of interest, give them something to stand on. Oh, it's a she. Give her something to stand on. So a little bit there, and maybe a little bit across the top there. Yes, that's a nice little finishing touch. And like I say, we will stitch round. I've also got my eyelet to put in, but I think I'm just going to do all the stitching and all the eyelets at the end when we've done all of the cards. Okay, so let's put the number on the back. We can do that. So 32. Two. There we are. Yeah, super simple, but I'm pleased with that. Looks quite eye-catching. Okay, so after 32, let's put on there. Song lyrics. So, song lyrics, there's a song called The Joker. So I'm going to use my Joker. And the lyrics from The Joker, which is by the Steve Miller Band, it's Some People Call Me the Space Cowboy. And I've stamped that out using my little Studio G Hampton Art stamp set. It's cute. And I've got this little scrappy piece, which I think, where are the scissors? For there. I think I might just cut out tiny little bits. For here and there. And everywhere. Here, there, everywhere. There's another lyric. I don't know if that's upside down or what. I need a third wee bit. Now this is a slightly bigger bit and that's a bigger space there. So we could put that bit there and that bit up the top somewhere. Yeah. Okay. Bit of old encyclopedia. And then this bit. Sometimes the simple ones are the most effective, I think. Sometimes. And of course it'll get a little stitch round and that'll give it a little bit more oomph. But I think we'll probably call that nearly done. Really, really easy now. Number 33. Right, so a stitch and an eyelet for those two. Good. Oh, we're going through these. 34 happy scraps. Now, happy scraps is this one. So, I found, what did I find first? And it set me on a trail with orange, because I thought orange was a happy colour. So this is why I think this will be the background. So we'll just trim this down. I want to keep the most of the orange. Although I don't suppose it matters, because a lot of it will be getting covered up. We'll just take a wee corner off that again, so that we can see it's a plain card. Okay, so and I'm just going to add all my little bits of orange. And I've got this. This is a scrap. You know those scraps that we used to collect when you were wee? as a kind of focal point, and I've got this orange heart. And then a little bit of a map with a bit of orange, which can just be stuck somewhere. Okay, so we've torn all our little bits. We'll just stick them down, and it doesn't matter at all where they go, apart from the heart and the scrap, which I kind of want to be a focal point. I wonder if we'll have our little opening down there as a wee change. Because I'm always putting it up that top corner for some reason. So it might be quite nice just to change it around. Okay, we've got that. We've got this up there. I think these are totally in a different place from where I started. But that's okay. Maybe put that across there. Not sure where that's come from. That little bit looks like maybe a comic or a kiddie's book. Got that, and then we've got that little bit of old map. And there's heart, which maybe we could chop a bit off. It's certainly scrappy. That's for sure. And our scrap, which seems quite autumny now that autumn is nearly with us here. And we'll just, I don't want to use these, this is a bit gluey. I'll use my gluey scissors. So I know I could clean them, but I just keep them for gluey bits. I like to keep my good ones good. Okay, so yeah, scrappy. I think it fits the bill. So that's number 34. And again, we'll take that to the sewing machine and then do our eyelets. Yeah, I'm okay with them. Right, 35, this week's alphabet. So, what kicked me off with a pink theme was my alphabet stickers I have had these in my sticker cubby for such a long time. Bo Bunny. It says here 2010, and I would have bought them at that time when it was new. 2010, yeah, so we're talking 15 years. I have used a few bits. So yeah, so that's my alphabet. I'm going to do A, B, C, because your ABCs are your alphabet. But let's do some sticking with the little bits of pink first. And I don't know why I've got this. I must have thought of something. I don't know why I've got a plain bit, but maybe it will come. Right, so just take a little bit off of that. Oops. No. That's okay. A little bit more at an angle than what I thought. Right, we'll leave the queen here. Right, let's just get that stuck down, because we know for sure that's going to be the background. I wonder if we just want maybe we'll just do kind of strips. Right, I think we'll do that. Making quick decisions today. Very quick decisions. I don't know what my idea was and why this is in this pile. I wonder if it's just there by accident, because I'm not getting, well, unless I thought the ABC wouldn't stand out, and maybe, I don't know. Right, I don't know how sticky these will be, given they're 15 years old. I wonder if we want to use some of that scallop. Somewhere. So we've got A, B, put it down there. Yeah, we'll put it in a jaunty angle like that. A, B, C. Oh, I quite like that actually. Yeah, wonder if we could have maybe just 2 bits of this. Just for a little contrast. Now I feel as if it needs something here, maybe. There's a little circle here that we could use half of. Just to bring out the blue there. Maybe a wee bit less than that. Let's not put it back until we see maybe. Oh. Yeah. There's something kind of 60s about it. I don't know what, a bit kind of Austin Powers about it. Do you know what I mean? I don't know if it's these circles and the, but yeah, anyway, 35. Oh, there's a wee 5 come loose. Just use that. Okay. Super quick. Whew. Right, I'm going to go to the sewing machine and stitch round them, and then we'll be back to do the eyelets. Yeah. I wonder if we should stitch first eyelet. No, we can't do the eyelet first because the sewing machine wouldn't go over the metal there. So I shall be back. Okay, back from the sewing machine, and we'll just tidy these up a little bit. With the playing cards, sometimes the sewing machine slides because I think of the shiny surface. So we don't always get a nice stitched, but that's okay. I actually quite like when it goes a little bit off. Right, so what one are we looking for? 32 first. Then 33, 34 and 35. Okay. So, eyelet time. So for this one, probably just a black one or a dark one. There's not any colours that stand out. Got to make sure in the middle or I don't get a good squish. That's fine. I would have quite liked a red one, but I don't think I've really got any red. It's more a pinky colour. This one does seem awful plain. I wonder if it needs a little bit of washi. A tiny little bit. See, that's just kind of keeping it. I wonder if this little heart one, just up the side there a little bit. You know, I think that just adds just enough. Maybe we'll just put a silver one in this one. Yeah, and this one. Oh, we got a yellowy orange. Yes, that's fine. Now, if I recall these eyelets, these coloured ones, take a little bit more of a squeeze. They're quite chunky, so we will see. See, they split differently from the other ones, but it looks okay. And, oh, pink. Oh, well, we've got plenty pink. I can hear the delivery man outside there. I'm actually waiting on a printer. We had a print. I've been doing without a printer for a long, long time, because I have so much scrapbook paper and book pages to use up that I never ever bothered replacing it when it broke. And that was years ago. But I quite fancied having a printer, and there was a wee one on special offer. A wee Prixma. I mean, a proper printer, not a wee one. You know, it still prints out the proper size. So it's coming today. It's quite exciting, because I want to try my hand at making some of my own digitals. I've been having a play around, and I think maybe I've got the hang of it. So I just want to, right, so 32 should go on next. So obviously, if I'm having a play around myself, making digitals, then I want to have a printer to print them out. So we had a look on Amazon last night. This one gets decent reviews and is fairly cheap, and I thought, right, because to be honest, the ink to buy the new ink for our old printer was dearer than what this printer is. How does that work? Oh, I don't know. Ink is extortionate. Right, so that's us, up to date. We've got alphabet, happy scraps, song lyrics, and a bird. A bird 2 in a row, but that's rainbow. So, yeah, there we are. Happy with them. This bundle's nearly as big as the first bundle. Okay, thanks for joining me today. If you've enjoyed the video, a thumbs up would be great, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.